where you are mentally, where you are spiritually, where you are emotionally. Make those who oppress you or criticize you or gossip about you look like bitches. So when people call me up to tell me about things that people say about Charles Fields, what is my reaction? You see me come over here and cuss somebody out? You see me raise my voice? I got the power to say, pack your shit and get out. You see me doing that?
Nope.
Here go a guy that owed me $300.
Come on.
He gets paid $500. He hauled ass. Go spend $400 to move somewhere else. It don't work the way he planned it to work. Now he come back to me broke and want me to put myself in a predicament that I was already in for me to let him owe me, give him another place to stay, another opportunity when he's already fucked me once. And to most people, because I give them another opportunity, which some of you are still here for the fourth or fifth time, you know what I'm talking about. Not bashing, I'm confirming what I'm talking about. No, God, honest truth. To most people who think they're intelligent, say he got to be the dumbest son of a bitch. You honestly think I'm gonna let a motherfucker, you know, it's an old saying, fool me once. I like the way President Bush said it. President Bush said the dude got it on his song. Fool me once, shame on me.
Fool me twice. Ain't no
same on you.
Ain't no fooling me again.
It's on the song. Don't change us. You don't want to be saved, but don't say
shame on you.
You hear Bush, you gotta fool me once. It's old saying. But I don't believe in that same concept. I'm gonna tell you why. Prior to the program of recovery, prior to going to First Step Sober House, I was a homeless crackhead. I was panhandling. I was asking people for 50 cents, complete strangers. Grown-ass man wearing the same clothes with no shoes on my feet. Let me show you the difference. I had no place to live. Now I have the ability and sort of a power to determine where he would live. There's 6 guys eligible to be terminated right now, waiting on my decision. I've never terminated, I've been doing this 10 years, I've never terminated nobody. You terminate yourself. It's a mutual understanding. You do this, you stay. You do this, you go.
That's right.
I don't care where you go. Run my house, your old lady house, there's rules and regulations everywhere you go. You can't drive a car without facing rules, and people don't realize that. If you stop at that stop sign, you just follow the rule. And there's severe consequences when you don't follow rules. Don't take my word for it. Get in the car without stopping at a red light or stop sign. You will meet your maker very soon. You will know for real, because if you run out there in front of traffic, something's gonna light your ass up. You're gonna wish you had to stop.
That's right. So
you ain't gotta stop. Just keep running. Damn, a ticket. A ticket is just a warning. That's not a method of a consequence. It's to get your attention. Because not everybody make it out of a car accident. So everything you do will have rules and regulations. You can't stay nowhere for free. Nowhere for free. That's a university law. So when you are here and you see Charles Fields entertain an individual for the second or the third or the fourth time, I'd rather be the person providing a place for you to live than begging you for another opportunity or for a place to live, because I've been there. A lot of the cigarette smokers. Prime example. You can't get it no better than this. Your pack of cigarettes come with 20 cigarettes. And I know pumping no beginners. You fuck around and come here with a goddamn pack of cigarettes in an hour, you out. Right after this meeting, you just came here. You stopped at the store before you got here, got you a pack of cigarettes. Now by the time you get home, you got 2 left. Now some will complain. But I use that as an example. I'd rather be the person buying a pack and running short or giving them away than actually an individual without none asking for a cigarette. You can't be both though. You gotta decide which one you want to be. You want to be the sender or the receiver? You want to be the giver or the taker? But you can't be both. Both come with a price. Because if you broke, you goddamn good to give. Especially to a person that don't pay back. I tell my family quick, I'm gonna give you what I can't really stand. But this is not alone. Because the word is, can I borrow you $20? You ain't paid me the last $40 back, so I'm not gonna let you borrow. I can give you $20.
Come on, that's good. That's good.
That ain't gonna make me and you fall out.
That's good.
But I'd rather be the giver than the receiver. Because there's been times I desperately need $10 or $20. So if I could reach in my pocket and give you $20, I'd rather be that individual. Although I don't want to give you my damn hard ass working money. But I'm okay with that. My point is this. I'm going to share a story with you and I'm going to get into the community business. In recovery, we have a format, a tradition, a system. It's suggested that you get a sponsor, support group, and a home group. Why is that? What a sponsor does is help you identify. He's been there with you. It's like a hole that you fell into. And it's unfamiliar or strange to you, or it hurts, or you seem no way to have no way out. But the person that seems to have the rope or the hand to pull you out is because he's been there before. Usually when you are required to share your experience, strength, and hope with someone, tell them your disease, talk about your past. The purpose of doing that is to free yourself from some of the things, because under the sound of my voice, some of us been molested. Some of us done watched our mom get beat. Some of us got some hatred and anger for an uncle or a dad or a neighbor. This family kept secret. See, we grew up in around, if you 25 and older, I would just go out down the run and say 30 or older. That generation, the 60s and the 70s and the 80s babies. We grew up in a fucked up era. Yeah. We grew up in a time where they told you what goes on in this house stays in this house. Yeah. What a bunch of bullshit. There's some shit that go on behind closed doors somebody need to know about.
Somebody need to know. Come on, kid. That's good.
So you kept that shit trying to be real.
Come on, that's good.
And if you went to school and told anything about what transpired, you got your ass tore up. Because right. You're telling the family business.
Come on.
So there's some fucked up shit went on behind these closed doors.
Right.
So now as a man, you can't be the father God designed you to be. You can't be the man God called you to be. And no wonder the woman don't want your ass no more. And I'm watching it being displayed in my program. Your priority's so fucked up. You around here trying to find and search for something to fill a void that you got within you to fill yourself.
That's right.
When I said the title of perpetrating a fraud, I was listening to the guy. This is the conversation. What's up, Sydney? All right, maybe y'all got me a bad one today. Yeah, I got a date, Mr. Fields. I wanted to see if I can leave a little early. I don't know who that is. I just wanted to see if I can come home a little late. You hear him on the phone. I love you, baby. But I'm still trying to figure out when the fuck you became exempt. How does this happen? How can you be the only individual to find success doing this? You magically can love somebody else without loving yourself first. I thought in order to love somebody else, you have to love yourself.
That's right.
And I don't care who tell it. You've been telling it. You got comfortable selling it. Because if you love yourself, you got a funny way of proving it. Let me show you your footsteps in history. Let me define what love is. Love don't hurt. It protects. Love is something that's action. Love, you can't do the things that you do when you love yourself. There's no way in the hell you can do it. You can do a whole lot of things when you hate yourself. There's a whole lot of things when love is action that you can do. But love, man, give you some. You ever ran from the police?
Yeah.
If somebody actually literally ran from the police, there's some strange shit that you experience. Yeah. I see the guy jump a gate, the gate right out here, this got to be about 6 feet. Jump right over that motherfucker without touching it. see that shit? You got to ask somebody. Now, if he ain't running from the police, he can't do that shit. He gonna run snap into the gate. It's something about fear. You ever ran from a dog? It's something about when somebody trying to do something to you, the way you can, the stuff that you amazed to do. I seen a guy run. I swore to God this car was finna hit him. He jumped right over the hood as the car was going and kept that shit made on the movie. You just seen, did you videotape that? But he can't do the same thing without somebody chasing him. When you love, there are certain things that you do without your permission. But it's not to hurt you. This is what's crazy. Most of us grew up around a time that if somebody slapped your mama, it's going to fix. I'm telling you, it's going to be some furniture moving in it. Somebody slapped your mama? But as sad as it may sound, some of us seen our mom cry. Not because we joined the army, not because we walked across the stage, not because we were receiving no award. But you love your mama. You love your mama so much that you can't go to her house. I want to get real with you for a minute because before I get out of here, I want you to understand why it is so important. Because time ain't really on your side. 11 different guys who sat in this meeting under the sound of my voice. All 11 less than 30 days are dead. One had come before destruction. If they had really knew that the last high was their last high. I really want you to comprehend this. I want you to digest this today. I don't know how or when or why it happens, but we are our own worst enemy. Can't nobody hurt us the way we hurt ourselves, but we get accustomed to blaming and pointing the fingers. And I'm watching this display. I got over 80 different complaints from staff and from clients, grievances and write-ups. But it don't display no love. It don't display no accountability. Now one letter said this was the problem, and this is how we solve it. Nothing but entitlements. I was reminded about my own policy. I wrote it. I said no. They was able to articulate and craft the words so intelligent it made me feel bad. I had to second guess what kind of program I operated in. Because they was able to defend and show where I'm allowing clients to break rule after rule after rule after rule. But common sense kicked in of love. You was able to point out everything wrong. But what did you do about it? Now, I'm not condemning you guys who turned in the paperwork. That's the right procedure. I'm very much aware of it, and I appreciate it. A write-up is a write-up. A grievance is a grievance. But today, I want to just take a moment to focus on a different approach, a different strategy. There seems to be a problem here. Because there are some guys that's here that's got to be in denial. I said time and time again, this is the closest example I can give. This is an emergency room. And you need not to forget that. I don't know if you had the opportunity to go to an emergency room like I have. But the emergency room, how many people been to the hospital? I just like to keep you up to date because I don't want you to think I'm lying to you. But when you get to the emergency room, it's strange because this is the closest thing you're going to ever find to an emergency room. When I get to the emergency room, I got some black folks there, some white folks, some young folks, some old folks, some handsome folks. I don't want to look at nobody. I want to look at one. There's some ugly motherfuckers in there. One person having chest pains. The other motherfucker over there talking to the wall. He almost got to commit somebody there because he holding a whole decent conversation. And pause for a minute, look like they talking and he give a response. For real? The other person over here must be fell off the ladder. Broken shoulder. Car accident. Stroke. Seizure. There are just some signs and evidence of what brings people to the hospital. But they got one thing in common. They're only at the emergency room because we know they're not there to make no doctor's appointment. We know they're not there to get no physical. You don't go to the emergency room for a doctor's appointment or for a physical. You go because there's something going on in your life that you can't deal with no more. There's a circumstance or a situation that's overbearing that you heard that there's some help available. And you praying and hoping like a motherfucker that they can do something about it. Because you yourself couldn't do it. Now, in bumping over beginners, we got some black folks up in here. Am I blind, or do we got some white folks up in here? Do we got some young folks and some old folks?
Right.
All different walks of life. We don't spend the time in the emergency room to say, is you a Christian or a Muslim or Catholic or Jehovah's Witness? Do you go to a mosque or a temple or a synagogue? Do you smoke crack or heroin or drink? What brings you here? No, the only person that asks you that is when you first get there, you get to a counter. And they ask you to fill out this one-page form. Have a seat in spite of your goddamn condition. Call you to the side. They put this thing on your arm. Then she asks you what brings you. Here. Got some guys here from all walks of life. There's some guys under my voice that got cancer. HIV positive. Some guys that was homeless. Some guys got out of prison. We got some crackheads up in this motherfucker. Some heroin addicts. Some alcoholics. Just some weed smokers. Some dope sellers. Some child molesters. Oh, all this is under this umbrella. But the difference between the individuals here compared to the ones in the emergency room, just because you don't feel that pain no more, the reminder note should be good enough that your ass still in the hospital, so you can't be doing that good. Because well people are not spending time in the hospital. As a matter of fact, if you get a glimpse that you are recovering to a degree, they can put you in rehab and nursing home. Your ass don't stay in the hospital because you're no longer qualified medically. You made significant improvement. But if you're still in the hospital, that means something's terribly wrong based on the levels or the results or the prescription that need to be prescribed that you need to take there. You need to be monitored. So even though you're feeling better in the hospital than when you came, you're forever reminded why your ass can't eat what you want to eat and go where you want to go. But you got some motherfuckers here in denial or somebody perpetrating a fraud. I overheard two guys talking. Bunch of bullshit. One dummy told the other dummy. Because one is dumb for saying it and the other is dumb for believing it. I really ain't got to be here. What? What? Let me get this shit straight. I have no problem with fucking my life up. As a matter of fact, I'm good at it. I'm so good at it that I did it for 17 years. I don't need no permission to be a shit eater, to be a liar, to be a manipulator, to be a deceiver, to be selfish, to be inconsiderate, to be a taker, to be a fucked up individual. I have no problem with doing drugs, with drinking, and throwing my life away. When I drink, I don't buy no motherfucking beer to socialize. We ain't sitting down watching no motherfucking game. That take too long. I buy 6-packs, cases, liquor, whatever I can afford. I buy to get drunk. I don't give a fuck if I gotta go to work in the morning. I'm drinking to get drunk. I'm not a sociable crackhead. Every opportunity I get, I'm smoking. I don't take no motherfucker. I smoke because it's Thanksgiving. I smoke because it's a holiday. I smoke because I just